And welcome back again, you crazy kids. I'm the Comic Foil, and I'm a little burned out right now. There's a lot of editing happening right now. A lot of editing, and not a lot of recording Skies of Arcadia. I just have not been able to get time to record that with Oscar and with the place that we record. So I'm gonna play some more Darkest Dungeon now. That always is a good way of relieving stress, I guess. I've been showing you guys less and less what my upkeep phase looks like, because it's a little more boring, but as you can see, Ramona, Seraph, Veroni, and Zane are all doing various forms of stress relief. Shadowblade, I wanted to give you some stress relief too, but actually, I can't right now, because the caretaker is taking up the bar and you refused to go to the brothel. Why don't you want to go to the brothel? Because... oh, you're enlightened. You will only meditate. And meditation was already taken up. So, let's head out. I can eventually buy more slots for all of those places, which is something I want to do eventually, but it's not really a priority. The courtyard is something I'm thinking more and more about going to do, but I don't want to do it right now. I want to wait until I have, like, a level 2 team, maybe, to go in there, because I understand it so little. So I thought today, how about we try the weld again? We try this mission. This is the big mission that we failed before, where Ludus didn't make it. But this time, we're going in prepared. With a full level 1 team, we got Darius, we got Demon Eradicate, we got Critic, and we got Ginger. And they need some supplies. Alright, we got some trinkets attached. We're going to go to the provisions. This is going to be the Warrens again, and we're, doing the firewood. We got a scouting chance of 45. I never bothered to read this up here, but I guess we get a scouting chance 45. Demon Eradicate has a plus 10% to scouting, thanks to the survival guide. So, we have a lot more money this time around, so I'm going to go in a ton more prepared. Almost stupidly prepared, actually. 2, 3. Do we want any of this other stuff? How much is a key? A key is 200. I don't want a key that bad. Maybe I'll get lucky and find a key. Alright. Welds. I think we've gone back to the Welds since... no, we haven't. This is our first time in the Welds since the Elizy Ludus debacle, so we get our revenge this time around. We're gonna stick it to the Welds.
Once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
Yeah, so we need to go to 90% of these rooms. As you can see, the procedural dungeon is quite a bit different than it was last time, and we are already fighting Mushroom Men. We brought along Demon Eradicate and Darius so that they can apply some bleed, because while they have good blight resistance, they don't have good bleed resistance. So let's take out the one in the middle first. I don't know why that's the one I want to take out, it just is. I don't have anybody I need to heal yet, so instead I'm going to go for some damage. Which also heals Ginger back up a little bit. And we'll make an incision. I like how the dagger, there's like little wavies on the dagger. So that's going to do 6 damage per turn. This one is already well taken care of. So how about we go for an early game stun? Or we can start bleeding the one in the back. Yeah, we'll do a later stun. Let's get some bleeds out before we start stunning people around. Alright. Joey gets the bleed. In my chart, I have the names of, like, all the people who want to be Houndmaster, but a lot of people are requesting what they want their dog to be named, so I need to adjust my chart to take that into account, what all their names are going to be. It's a pretty funny problem to have, but I like the names. I like when people roleplay this kind of stuff. It's cool. That's a crit heal from Ginger. Thank you very much. Some people might have figured out how to cheat the game a little bit by asking to be Vestals, because you might have caught on that I use Vestals probably more than any other class. Alright. Demon Eradicate was the only person with significant amount of stress going in from being abusive before. Hey, I've been reading the chat, Demon Eradicate. You said some rather rude things to me. I don't appreciate that. I do appreciate that, actually. I appreciate the roleplay. Let's try and put that time behind us, that time of abusiveness, while we kill this giant, gritty reboot of Toad. There we go. Alright, and you are going to die next turn, so I'm going to take this turn to give everybody a little bit of healing instead.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
The one other thing I thought about doing was I thought about bringing a Jester instead, but since it's a longer mission, I wanted some sustained healing. Though a Jester is sustained stress healing, it's actually not so bad if Darius gets stressed, which these two guys in the back are very good at, so I had to decide what to do about that. Alright, we'll go for the second rank again here. So how about that if I'm able to talk and attack at the same time? I'm not promising I'm going to be able to keep up good enough concentration while I do this. Oh, bleeds all around. But, how about that Smash Direct? It's now been a few days since I saw the last Smash Direct before launch. Oh, man. It was not expected. I've been going out of my way to say, hey, I'll be happy no matter what. This is already, like, one of the greatest fighting game rosters ever. Any new characters they announce are just icing on the cake. And I still believe that. I'm certainly not upset. But the Grinch leak and everything, like, they had me thinking that certain characters were going to appear that did not appear by the end. That stress you out. I didn't believe the whole Grinch leak, but I thought some of those characters would be showing up. I really thought we were going to get Shadow. Okay, they pushed Darius more into the back. That's actually very annoying. That's troublesome. So we're going to throw some more bleed around. Now this has 100% chance to bleed. I think I'm going to ultimately do... this is gonna hit better, though. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that, because you're gonna die next turn now. Now what? I guess we don't really need healing around right now, so why don't we try and get some damage out here? The newcomers I was most excited for already were revealed. I really wanted Ridley, I really wanted K. Rool. You know, that was... I was good. Simon Belmont was freaking awesome. And besides that, I mean, I like all the other people that they've revealed. I think Piranha Plant is hilarious. I understand why some people might be a little salty about that if they really thought it was going to be someone else, but I think I'm going to try and main Piranha Plant. I think Piranha Plant looks amazing. Oh, stop putting Darius in the back. He's no good back there. Alright, let's get some damage up front here. The Spirit system looks okay. I actually really, really liked trophies. All the way back in Super Smash Bros. Melee, that was one of my favorite additions, but I understand why they're maybe not doing trophies anymore, because it seems like it is very hard to keep implementing. Seems like it is a lot of work for something that not that many people really care about. It's just that I cared about it. Spirits is pretty cool. What I like the most about this spirit system is that they put a lot of thought into how these spirits would work. It's kind of like an improved version of the stickers from Brawl. And, you know, it's just even more... The battles you get in the one-player mode for some of the spirits are really cool. I really like how they're doing that. Oh man, I cannot get damage on this guy. Okay. Do you want to finish him off there, Critic? There you go.
Give them no quarter.
I got some more food, and we keep getting these virtuous chalices. We don't need that many of those. Let's put you back in the front. Put Ginger in the back again. What's your last skill, Ginger? Oh, you have Hand of Light, which you need to be towards the front to do. Don't think I'm going to be getting much use out of that. Make some more room here. And keep going on ahead. Here we go. We have shovels this time.
A victim to the spreading corruption.
I think this place might have the most obstacles, too. Like, more obstacles show up here than in other places. Packs usually don't have anything bad in them. The worst thing that's usually in a pack is that it's empty. That's the only bad surprise that comes with that. Yeah, I really can't complain about the last Smash Direct. Incineroar, I wanted Decidueye more than Incineroar, but now that I see him in action, Incineroar makes a lot of sense, and they gave him a lot of his own cool particular stuff. They took advantage of the, like, how he's a wrestler and how he's kind of full of himself. We're gonna end up with, like, 80 characters after DLC. I mean, it's okay to be disappointed because you really wanted someone, but... And, you know, you can even complain. Complaining is allowed, but I don't think you can logically say Sakurai has done really anything wrong with that, because all of this has been about putting in as many characters and as much content as possible. I'll see a lot of people... I'm going to pick Shadow as an example. It's not like the people who wanted Shadow are, like, the worst people about this or anything. But, or no, I'll say Isaac, because Isaac was the one that I really wanted next. If I could pick one more character to get in, it would have been Isaac from Golden Sun. But, you know, we get into a thing of saying, like, one, like, why can't you just give the fans what they wanted? Everybody was asking for Isaac, and, you know, that's a trap we fall into. It wasn't actually like everybody was asking for that. That's something you wanted, and there were other people that they wanted. It's like, don't assume that everybody's unhappy. Saying, like, Piranha Plant is like, literally nobody asked for this character. I'm like, yeah, but sometimes, you know, as an artist, you need to give people something that they weren't expecting that is cool. If we're just being fed things that we want all the time, where are all the room battles? This is spooky. You know, what would be the fun in that if... I'm not using my last shovel. Oh, and we got another shovel in it. And we got a journal page. Day 7. We tangled with some unruly louts. Raven called them cultists. They were ferocious but clumsy. And that comes from Darius the Highwayman. Okay, that wasn't a very long entry. Should I be bothering to take these journal pages? I mean, I have been. I have been taking journal pages hoping they're, like, worth something, but they don't have any actual value to them, except that I can sell them as trinkets, I guess. We are going to... gotta make more room. Let's throw out one of the torches, and let's throw out these medicinal herbs. Because for some reason, I just want to collect the journal entries. It feels like something I should be trying to do. Alright, Raby Dogs. I'm gonna take care of you. This is all going pretty well so far, so... the other big trap I hear is, like, if I were Isaac and I were, you know, being silly, I might say, like, really all I wanted was Isaac. It was the only inclusion I want, and I can't get it. I can't get the one thing that I want. But that's because you're thinking of the only things you want as things you don't already have. Like, it is in human nature to always want more, but we seem to continually disregard what we've already been given. There's this quote from Reggie Fils-Aimé where he's talking about one of the unique challenges of working at Nintendo is that the fans are always like, okay, but what else? What more can you give me? And you give something and they're like, okay, but what more? You know, people we're never satisfied, and that's good, because if we were ever satisfied completely, we'd stop buying things and they'd be out of business. But, I mean, it doesn't matter that much. You being grateful is less important than you giving them money as far as they're concerned. It's just, I see fans acting so entitled sometimes. It's not that I think you shouldn't be upset when you don't get something that you wanted, but I just can't understand why you would want to be so angry all the time if you could help it. Oh man, now we have these deeds that we need to do something with. Okay, how about this food? We don't need to carry those 2 pieces of food because we have all this food, which has not been eaten yet. They haven't stopped for food yet. See, this time I'm getting very lucky about how hungry they are. They're barely hungry at all. Secret rooms. Oh, I need a key to open that. Okay, I don't have a key yet, though, so now I'm wishing I did buy a key. Well, keep your eyes open for a key, then, I guess. We'll check this corpse here. There's nothing here. There we go. And that's why you bring lots of food on a long journey. This is a medium-sized mission, so we get 1 firewood, we get 1 camping. In the large missions, we actually get to camp twice. Because that's how long they're expecting us to take, that they give us 2 chances to, like, stop and collect ourselves. Demon Raticate's getting stressed out again, though. I was gonna say I should do something about that, but I don't really have anything I should do about it. You don't have the skill that the Houndmaster has sometimes that relieves stress. So, not a whole lot I can do there. Let's spread some bleed around. The Wi-Fi looks not incredible, but I care more about local anyway. And yeah, Super Smash Bros. It's like my favorite gaming series ever because Nintendo's my favorite property ever, if you could call it a property. It's really a company that owns a bunch of properties, but, you know, I like crossovers. Nintendo's my favorite company ever. I'm stoked. I'm totally stoked. It's gonna be everything I want it to be. And if I think of more things to say about it, I probably will, but I should focus on these mushrooms and these dogs. You're taking only 1 point of bleeding. I think we should try and kill the dog. Dog is killed. Which just leaves us with these mushroom guys that are failing to blight us. They've been trying to blight us for a while, and it hasn't really been working. There it is. Okay. Let's heal you up a little bit. I kind of wanted you to be getting more stressed, but Demon Raticate's the one that keeps getting stressed. I really like Hound's Harry for the mushrooms. That is really nice. Oh, you're double blighted now. Alright, alright. And that's gonna be 4. Okay, this is your last action. You'll die next turn. Fair enough. Let's use some anti-venom because we have it. And let's... Oh, we can exsanguinate now. Yeah, just so you know, before when I was asking what ensanguinate is, I did know what the word ensanguinate meant. It's just, with ensanguinate 1, I didn't realize that was the name of the skill. I thought that was applying some kind of effect called ensanguinate. That's how I got myself confused. I did... Not that it matters, but I did happen to know what that one word meant. I want you guys to think that I'm smart, even though I am constantly getting people killed in this game. I've been getting much more upset than I expected to be at people dying in this game. There we go, we got the stun. I haven't been using Disorienting Blast very much, but I got the stun. It's also nice because it clears corpses. So now he's in the front where I can hit him real good. Can hit him with a blackjack. Alright.
A trifling victory. But a victory,
But a victory nonetheless. Not only do I think I'm going to pass it... Oh, no, not this. Says the sacrifice of fire is the gate to ruin. Place a torch if you crave the void. I am not doing that. No, and I'm glad I don't have anybody with the negative quirks that they would do it automatically. That is how you fight a really bad beginner's trap boss, and I'm not interested. We got one more obstacle on the way here. Let's shovel through it. Also, like, people get so upset when characters they like are assist trophies because, you know, they're being, you know, they're being confirmed. Like, because they're an assist trophy, you know they won't be DLC or anything like that. I remember when assist trophies were really cool and people were really excited about them. I think, you know, realistically, they can only make so many playable characters. So, I would think it would be cool to see your character at all, and as an assist trophy that moves around on the battlefield and does stuff, not just, you know, an art asset that, like a spirit, that applies buffs. So, I mean, yes, I would. It was a little bittersweet seeing Isaac as an assist trophy because it meant for me once and for all that he wasn't going to be playable this time around, not even in the DLC. Yeah, I want to talk about the DLC then too. But I mean, you know, he's still there, Shadow's still there, Vince from Art Academy is pretty funny, Nikki from whatever that game is. The fact that Shovel Knight's in it at all, the fact that Bomberman's in it at all. We got another battle coming up. What do we got here? It's a madman. Alright. I want to... Oh, this might be it for... Oh, good dodge. Good dodge, Raticate. This time you did not get as lucky, though. Okay. Here's your resolve. Yes! Oh! Not again. Demon Raticate was like, no, I am not going through this again. I am getting out of here alive. Nice job. Yeah, you're in the top % of all Raticates here, buddy. I'm gonna do the all-around bleed, though I want to focus the Madman in the back. You know what? I don't think I do, because we're doing okay with stress now. I think I actually want to focus the damage dealers in the front instead. This has all been going very, very well, which scares me. Okay. The Groping Swipe, which is... Some of the names of these attacks are just like, ugh. I don't want to be groped at by Evil Toad. I do not get very excited for the Mii costumes. When they, like, have a character included by making them a costume for the Miis, those don't really do it for me. Sora seems to think that, we take that as some kind of consolation when there's, like, a costume of Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. At least this doesn't deconfirm the character completely, but, like, yeah, that doesn't... Nobody cares about Mii costumes. They find... For the most part, I think they find dressing your Mii as another character just kind of... like, Uncanny Valley-like. Like, it doesn't feel like you're playing as Rex. It feels like you're doing this weird Rex skin. It's almost, like, disrespectful to the character in a way. That's just a thing that Nintendo and most fans seem to not be on the same page about. But the DLC, I am very excited that there's still the mystery going on, that there's still 5 more characters that are going to come out after the Piranha Plant. You know, that gives me a lot of hope. Gonna give you some restoration there. And he's gonna bleed himself dry a little. Let's start throwing grenades into the back. Alright, we got a Blight. Nice! Oh, that Blight is what did it for them. Good freaking job. Send the dog back there. Alright, this battle is done. You guys are brown bread. I'm always kind of leery of DLC deals and Season Pass, I'm probably going to get the Season Pass because, you know, this is Smash Brothers we're talking about.
Trick of the light?
Maybe it is just a trick of the light. We gotta throw something out, don't we? What are we gonna throw out? Okay, we're not gonna take the Jade, but I do... Oh, and Citrine's... That's not worth that much. No, that's not really worth too much at all. Yeah, we're gonna leave that on the floor, unfortunately. Because... Yeah, it pains me to leave treasure behind, but I'm not ready to throw out that shovel. We're almost out of torches, actually. Yeah, soon we'll have no torches left. We'll be doing the rest of the mission dark. It's just the pricing of the DLC gets me, because... And I get it. It's not like they're cheaping out. They need to develop 5 more characters from the ground up. They're not going to be Echo Fighters or, like, heavily based on another character or anything. Plus, each set's going to have a new stage, you know, in this era of HD and high textures. Oh, come on.
To the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Huel, dear friend, exemplary warrior, a survivor of the King's Wars and many sorties in these halls, met an ignoble end. We were weary, Huel and I, and as we searched for sanctuary, weariness, it appears, has a murderous streak. It blinded him to the mechanism that tripped the spikes which eviscerated him. I held him as his essence slipped away, another giant fallen in our mad pursuit. I am alone now, weary but unbowed. I press on. I do want to bring that along. What am I going to throw out, though? What am I going to throw out? Portraits are valuable, though. I hate myself for this, but I'm throwing out the bandages. There we go. Take a stupid journal entry. That's a dumb thing to have to do. Oh, I was blind myself to the mechanisms. Alright, let's do one more fight in here, and then we'll camp out. Alright, some stress all around. You're finally starting to get good and stressed in the front here, Darius. That's kind of what I want with you. So, how about we... Yeah, we'll do the same thing we always do. We'll swing at things. I could be using marks to do more damage. Or yeah, target whistle, lower the debuff on targets, but I kind of like throwing the bleed around more. So that's what I've been doing. But yeah, about the DLC, it's just like, it's gonna be the Season Pass, which, you know, Season Passes are kind of rough because you're paying for stuff that you don't know their quality yet. But the Season Pass is going to be like $25, which is almost half of what the full base game costs. Like, are you saying these 5 characters are worth as much as 50% of the base game? Like, they must be pretty great characters then. But I get it, development time, yada yada, etc., etc. I'm still going to do it. It's just a little bit iffy to me. Makes me a little uncomfortable. You're gonna die now. Happy about that. I'm gonna throw more blight into the background. Okay, you are as good as dead, and you are as good as dead. So how about we put a stun on you? I put a stun on you. And now you're mine. Allie just made me watch Hocus Pocus. I had never seen it before. I could see how it has a cult following, and I did chuckle at points, but I wouldn't really say I enjoyed myself while watching it. Alright. Let's bleed you a little more. You have 9 health left. Yeah, we need to do more damage still. We're going to go for some of that damage. You have 5 health left. Let's try and finish you off. There we go.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Well, it doesn't matter because we're going to camp right now, but I'll use this medical herb for the heck of it. Medical herb. Medicinal herb, I meant. And what's in there? An old coffin. It's slightly ajar. Should I use a thing to open it? See, I still haven't caught on to what items I can use on what curios. But yeah, let's camp first.
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
See, here's where I'm happy where I brought lots of food, because I was able to feed them the mass amount and that lowered stress a lot. Darius, what are you doing facing over there? Oh, you're gonna whip yourself, aren't you? Alright, I already planned out a little bit what camping is gonna look like for me. You are going to use Sanctuary, which stops nighttime ambushes. I always do something to prevent nighttime ambushes if I can. And let me take a quick look at all my guys here. No, and no. None of you are diseased, so I'm not going to use Critics Leeches, which is one of my favorite camping skills in the game, actually, because it can remove a disease, and that ultimately saves you a lot of money at the hamlet. Oh, and you have the Cure, which also removes disease. You got a lot of disease-removing stuff, Critic. So yeah, maybe I know less what I'm doing than I thought I did. I guess we're just going to use this time to, like, buff, then. This is going to lower stress, but this is going to give us more scouting chance, and this is going to have him lower his own stress, and this is going to give himself extra stress. Well, we're supposed to be going, like, crazy with trying to stress him out, so yeah, we don't have any of the, like, buff yourself things. Let's release the Hound. We're sending Joey out to scout so that we're more prepared. And wow, we're, like, doing too well to take advantage of most of this. Yes, okay. One companion is going to get plus accuracy and plus dodge. I'm going to give that to you, Demon Radicate. You are blessed. And yeah, I want to try it. Lash's Anger. I'm going to have you stress yourself. Ooh. Oh. Alright, so that's 81 stress, because I want to see what your afflictions look like. Kind of dangerous, but that's going to be it for today. We are going to rest for the night, and we'll pick this up next time. We must be on our guard. I'll take first watch.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check what's in this coffin. Oh, there's nothing in the coffin. Alright. We need to explore 90% of the rooms. We're almost done with that, so you know what? I was going to finish this up next time, but that would be a really short episode next time. So no, we're going to push on ahead. We've been very efficient about this medium-sized mission, so let's do it all in one. Yeah, sorry to lie to you like that and get you all prepared to stop watching me, but you are stuck with me for a little while longer. If I wanted to really stress you out, I'd stop lighting the torch, but I also want everybody else to not get overly stressed, mainly these two in the back who could still become afflicted. Okay, alright. And here's some more stuff for us to fight. That rhymed. I fit a rhyme in there. So, do some damage here. Long story short, I wasn't, like, ready for another new Super Smash Bros. Yet after 4. It hasn't been that long since 4. It's only because of the failure of the Wii U, I think, that we're getting another one already. But with all these announcements, it's you know, made a believer out of me that, like, it is great that we're getting this now. Hashtag not a port. There is definitely a ton of great new content in here. All the rebalancing, all the returning characters we haven't seen in a while. I'm so stoked for Ice Climbers. A good amount of new characters, both brand new and clone alike. If I had to guess who the 5 DLC characters were going to be, I would say... Okay, so this is my guess, based on characters that have not been deconfirmed or anything like that. I still think Banjo-Kazooie has a chance. I think they would be, like, the 5th and final one announced. I still think Bandana Waddle Dee could be in the pipeline. I think even though he's in a costume, we could still see Rex as a playable character. Rex and Pyrrha working together. I think probably we'll see a character from Fire Emblem Three Houses. I haven't looked enough into the game to know what their names are ahead of time, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put one in after the release of that game. Can we get a stun there? Okay, and that's 4 I said so far, right? So I don't think we would get another Pokemon one. A lot of the other characters that I wanted are already like assist trophies or stage hazards or something that it's hard to imagine them being in the game in any other way. Okay. Clear marked targets, transfer bleed, transfer blight. There we go. Oh, I could have taken your bleed off you, actually. That's a thing I could have done.
This expedition at least promises success.
It sure does. We have passed, and we got the key. Oh, we got the key. So maybe if we're up for it, we can go back to that locked room if we are up to it. I should be using these dog treats. That's been one of my bigger mistakes during this, is that I should be using the dog treats because they're taking up room in my inventory. So I'm gonna feed you guys a little bit here. Alright. And take those. So how about we see what these last 2 rooms have to offer? Oh, there's nothing in those rooms. Let's do it anyway. We got time. I'm not gonna leave until things start getting bad.
Finding the stuff is only
oh, jeez. Come the heck on.
be carried home.
Yeah, you're right about that. Blood-soaked pages torn from a journal. The others are gone. They were victims of a malevolent transformation. Their scales had rotted to soft, vulnerable flesh, slowly suffocating without gills. What? The worst was their eyes, close set and forced to squint through fleshy slits. I shudder recalling the horrific and unclean warmth of their blood as I rinsed my talons. I nearly retched. May death grant them soft mercy. Are they talking about fish people from the cove? I'm a little confused about that, honestly. Okay. We're getting rid of the dog treats. We haven't been using them, guys. We should be using them, but we have not been using them. Alright, disarm that. Good boy. Let's check what's in these bags. Sack is empty. Let's go on in here. Room is empty. We know this last room's empty, too. So we're really just fighting for the sake of fighting at this point.
Waiting to be spent.
Well, we know there's not any other obstacles in the way, so we can get rid of the shovel. Oh, we got a big brigand now. Yeah, they must have said... They must have been talking about... something happened to people from the cove, because it said they were suffocating without gills. I think that means that they had gills before, right? That's what I'm picking up from that. Oh, nice. Can we get a stun? You have 50% stun resistance. So yeah, that's not a very good chance. Let's just spread some more bleed around. And I'm going to put some blight into the back row here. Good. 4 damage per turn with blight is pretty darn good at this stage. Critic, you're kind of awesome. Alright. This is more damage than I wanted to deal with. That's okay, we should be able to heal it up. Oh, nice dodge, everybody. Good job. I know you don't really mind being whipped that much, but I'm glad you were not whipped. Okay, okay. Throw some more blight into the back. Yeah, you're both as good as dead now. Let's heal up Cartoon Critic. Good crit, Ginger. Alright.
The greater the glory.
Well done, guys. Shoot. No, really, shoot. I don't have room for this stuff anymore. Get rid of the anti-venom, I guess. And drop the citrines. It's only worth 250. I'm really just going into this room for completionist's sake. Last thing is we're going to go all the way back to the secret door. I probably won't have to fight anything, but the lighting is going to get very low. I didn't throw out my food because there's still a chance of them getting hungry when they walk, though. If you haven't noticed, if you're going through rooms that you've visited before, the torch dims much slower. That doesn't actually make sense, but it's a very kind thing to do mechanically. And yeah, usually you don't run into encounters in rooms, in pathways you've already been in. See, this is why I did not throw out my food. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we had to eat one more time before we got down there. I'd be interested to see the math, like the coding behind that decides when they're going to eat or not. It becomes more likely over time that you're going to have to eat, but sometimes you can take a few steps and have to eat again. I've had that happen to me before. Oh, there's a new trap up. See, there's the other eating time. Alright, let's disarm that. Very good. Almost there. Makes sense that new traps would crop up here because the traps here are literally like mushrooms. Like they're like basically Timo shrooms. Like it's more like new traps have grown rather than somebody ran in and set it up, which is how the traps in most of the places work. Alright, a little further. I know this last curio is that really dangerous thing that we're not going to mess with because I don't want to fight the Shambler. Let's... Here we go. We found the secret room. We need a key to open this. And what do we get? We got... Oh!
For a task well performed.
Puzzling trapezohedron. We got 2 of them, and we got Barristan's head, which is a very rare trinket that I just... Demon, I'm giving you that to hold. Oh, and they... Oh, wait, I accidentally just switched to what you were holding. There we go. Pick these up, and we'll throw out the rest of our food. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to eat it. It doesn't actually matter at this point. But, you know, waste not, want not. There are starving children in Pyongyang. Let's go home.
Every cleared path and charted route reduces the isolation of our troubled estate.
Very well done. We went over time. I didn't think it would take this long to finish it up. It only did because I found a key and wanted to go back to that secret room. That's the only reason why this took as long as it did. But, yeah, I love this money. I love this experience. Darius, you're almost level 2. You got some night blindness. That's okay. I'll try to not keep you in dark situations that much. And Ginger, you're irrepressible? Irrepressible. I'm not familiar with that word, but it gives you a +5 virtue chance, and virtue is great. Also, you're level 2 now, Ginger. Hooray! Demon Eradicate is at level 1. Were you not already at level 1? Thought you were. And what do we have here? The resurrection of our ramshackle hamlet has lured brave artisans and merchants who see potential in the vacant lots surrounding the town square. So I got a blueprint. Those were not in the game when last I played. District buildings. The hamlet is growing and news of your presence is emboldening craftsmen to return. You may now construct all new buildings. They are expensive but provide unique bonuses that may help you in your endeavors to cleanse the estate. Okay, Zane, you are de-stressed. Ramona Summerwish, you are de-stressed. Ronai, you are de-stressed. But you also left in search of a holy vision, so you're not here right now. You got the big question mark thing going here. Seraph, you are de-stressed, but you still have a lot of stress because of those stupid mosquitoes that were around. But I think you're low enough stress now that I'd feel comfortable bringing you on another mission. And the Survivalist is unlocked. Let's take a quick look at the Survivalist.
Home in wild places. She is a stalwart survivor and a strict instructor.
So the point of the Survivalist, just like how most characters have 4 of their 7 possible combat skills, they also come in with 3 of their possible camping skills. Except for Darius, who only had 2 for some reason. I guess that's a, I guess that's a flagellant thing. But, yeah, here I can teach them the skills that they don't have, or level up some of them, I think. Oh, no, you can't level them up. You could just teach them the ones they don't already have. For example, Hound's Watch, which prevents nighttime ambush. Not what I'm going to worry about right now, but I do have a lot of money. So I'm going to handle these guys' stress. First, let me look at this blueprint. District currencies. Most district buildings require blueprints and heirlooms to build. Blueprints are dropped when bosses are killed. Color of Madness districts require shards, which are earned in the farmstead. The mill is unique in that it requires memories. Memories are mostly dropped in the Endless Harvest quest by killing the Sleeper. Note, to gain access to all district buildings, you must purchase the Crimson Court DLC and the Court... Okay, I did purchase that, so that's good. The mill. Heroes will no longer suffer They no longer suffer random hunger checks? What? Oh, okay, so these are like... straight up buffs. Well, these are the ones that require the blue stuff from the farmstead, so I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Let's, okay. The Red Hook, that requires a lot of money, but, a monument with no purpose except proclamation of one's dedication. That's funny, because that's the name of the, team that made this game. Okay, the bank. Interest gained on saved gold. Cool. Cartographer's camp. Torchlight is more beneficial. The granary. 15% plus 15% healing when eating. Some food is granted for free each week. Puppet theater. Idle stress relief in town increased by 10 per week. And the Outsider's bonfire. 2 additional respite points if you have at least 1 Abomination, Hellion, or Leper in your party. Wow, that's all really cool stuff. And now I have a blueprint, so now I can actually make one of these, but I don't have enough heirlooms to do any of them right now, and I feel like I should be trying to improve the main amenities of the hamlet first. I'm not even going to bother going to the stagecoach right now because I can't because there's no room for anybody. So let's look in here. Is there anything I can improve here? Well, I'm going to do this upkeep on my own because we're running late. But until next time, I'm the Comic Foil. Going to reduce the cost of the transept here. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Good night.